Your turn, Yugi boy.
What is going on, guys? This is Lintheo coming at you with a ban list discussion about the ban list that has just come out. This is finally the one we have been waiting for. It is the ban list that is going to be legal from July 14th to September the 30th. So yeah, it's finally come out, and it's an interesting one. There hasn't been that many changes really. There's been a few notable ones, but there hasn't actually been that many changes. I'll go straight into it very quickly, and then I'll go on to what I think. So there's nothing that's been forbidden. The limits are Giga Gear, fair enough, and Goyo Guardian. Goyo Guardian has returned from the depths from whence it came. I have mixed feelings about it, but I'll talk about that later. The semi-limit is Magician of Faith, Formula Synchron, and Reinforcements of the Army are no longer restricted. We have D-Prison and Mirror Force. So going on to the limited cards, the Giga Gear, yeah, fair enough. It's kind of the only meta hit that's happened on the list. Giga Gear is an absolutely incredible card for Giga Gears. Taking it away, I don't think actually kills the deck. It doesn't kill the deck at all, but it does certainly impact on the amount of speed it can have. I think that Giga Gears are still going to be a thing, but they're not going to be as strong. But saying that, they are still a good deck, and they're still going to be relevant in the format. The big one now is Goyo Guardian. Goyo Guardian is an incredible card. The ability to take your opponent's monster that it destroys by battle and summon it to your side of the field with a massive 2,800 attack that the card has. There is good reason why this card was banned, but if we look at the current format and what are the things that it can get hit by, not actually that good against the hat deck or a artifact deck, because it's very simple to kill the card with the Molotex, the Sanctums, and the hands itself. But I think that doesn't discredit it. I think the card is still really good, and it gives a nice boost for decks that actually synchro up still. So you've got things like zombies that will easily be able to make Goyo Guardian and will happily welcome it into the extra deck. The card is good. I think it's going to be interesting to see how the card does in the format. I think if it goes up against the hat deck, it's going to struggle, but anything else, it's going to be very interesting. For one, I was always an advocate for having it banned and staying banned, because not only is its effect amazing, but its attack is just so big. 2,800 for a level 6 synchro is fucking huge. And I feel that the card is still an amazing card, and it's still going to impact the meta quite nicely. But is it going to break it? Who knows? Like, that's completely down to the players who play it. Semi-limits. There's Magician of Faith, which I don't really think is actually relevant. They could have put that to 3 for all I care. It's not really going to do anything. Formula Synchron with Quasar on the horizon. That's an interesting one. Decks like Jung Doppel and Piper Chaos and all those are going to have a nice little boost from that as well. So 2 Formula Synchron I think is okay. That's fine. Reinforcements of the Army. Well, an army really want to push those Noble Knights, eh? So the decks that get a boost from that are Noble Knights, the Stellar Knights that are coming out, Samurais, X-Sabers. All those decks kind of get a little bit of a boost from having Rota come to 2, and I think it's due. I think the Rota going to 2 is about time, and I think that it's a fair semi-limit. And then the no longer limited, the no longer touched, the ones you can play at 3 are Mirror Force and D-Prison. So Hats has now got to put up with 3 D-Prisons, which is a lot of D-Prisons, a lot of banishing. And I feel that a nice little thing from Konami, if they're not going to hit the cards, they're just going to bump up things that can counter them. I'm not sure if they would actually think of it that way. It's certainly an interesting one. And the Mirror Force to 3, that is interesting. Did not expect Mirror Force to go to 3 of all of the cards that they could have put to 3. It hasn't really done anything at 2, because people have been scared of the hands and the fact that it will still get the destruction effect off and you're basically just negging still. But at 3, I can't help but think that decks that don't play the hands are going to get a big shock. And Mirror Force is just going to be used as a simple removal card now, just a simple 1-for-1, because you're playing 3 of them. So the mentality is that people are just going to waste them and just get rid of them. The format coming up. So we have a couple of months of this format now. There aren't many things that are happening in this format. Obviously there's Worlds and a YCS or 2, I think. It's interesting with the format that's going to come up. Decks that didn't get hit, obviously Hat didn't get hit, but it was quite skeptical to think that that would actually get hit. Mermals are still a thing. Like, Jesus Christ, they are not dead. It's really surprising that Konami haven't hit Mermos because it was their time. And I think that if they aren't hit in September, it's going to be even bigger shock. This will be the Mermos last hurrah format, in my opinion. I don't think they're going to be alive for much longer. So if you have them, just get rid of them for this format. Or if you love them so much, just play them but savor this format, because I can't see them actually surviving the next ban list. Gear Gear, still going to be a thing. That's just how it is. They're still going to be a thing. Without the 3 gear, doesn't really make that much of a difference, but it's still not enough to kill the deck. And apart from like the obvious ones, I think we're going to start seeing a rise of different decks. Like Samurais are probably just going to start popping up just because people think that 2 Rota is amazing and going to give the deck the boost that it needs. But in my opinion, it won't. But just for that sole reason, you're going to see more Samurais. You're going to be seeing more X-Sabers, in my opinion. And I'm quite liking the idea of that, because I do like X-Sabers, and that is one of my secret decks that I am working on. You heard it here first. X-Sabers are definitely going to be a strong deck next format, depending on the actual build, of course, you run. But they certainly have a good amount of support now, and they have Goryo, so X-Sabers are definitely going to be one to look out for. And there are just going to be so many other different decks that actually get a boost from this, because they haven't been hit. A lot of the current decks haven't been hit. You're going to be seeing the Sylvans, and you're going to be seeing Sams, and you're going to be seeing Mermel, Gear Gear, Hat, all of them. You're going to be seeing all those decks, and Madolch as well. It's going to be an open format again, in my opinion. I do think I am going to really enjoy this format, because I enjoyed last format. It wasn't a bad format, in my opinion, regardless of people moaning about the hands and Madolch and Sylvans and so on and so forth. I feel that this format is definitely going to be a good one. It's one that's going to savour, because we're going to have Shadows and the Stellar Knights coming out, and that's going to really make the shit hit the fan, in my opinion. But yeah, so the ban list overall, it's good, it's alright. It's nice to see some things come back for once, even if it is just a Goryo Guardian, which is arguably one that probably shouldn't come back, but we'll see how it goes. I'd probably give it, like, you know, say a 5, 6 out of 10 for the ban list. It's not an amazing one, but it's a solid one. It's fine. Like, they could have probably hit Mermos, maybe a Sphere to 1. At the end of the day, it's fine. Like, it doesn't really matter. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. That's it. So I want to know what you guys think of the ban list. Let me know down in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe, and I should catch you guys later.